What's going on, guys? What is going on? First off, someone let me know if you could hear the don't hear any. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that, man. I don't know if it's YouTube blocking me for playing like people's music, but I'm gonna have to mess with that because my intro had like no music on my other streams, and I'm like, this is kind of awkward. I'm just like setting up my mic and getting some stuff together, making sure the stream's good in silence. Um, Thank you guys for hopping on. What's up? What's up? Uh, Got some guys from Discord, from the community. Welcome in. Welcome to another live stream. If you don't know me, my name is Zach. This is Real Deal Futures, where I trade live here straight from TopstepX. Primarily looking at ES on the 1 minute chart. That's what we'll be looking at today. I have a fresh 50K combine loaded up. I will take you guys through a pretty frustrating morning session, if I'm being honest. Red, not terribly red, back to break even on the 1XFA. Pretty much just a back and forth week. Break even on the XFA, small red on the one combine really that I've been trading on and off. Feeling a little bit like earlier this week with the slow grind to the upside that we're seeing here in the afternoon. Probably get something going on here with you guys just to have some fun. But I will take you through what I had going on. What's up, guys? What's going on? Long right now. Yeah, that looks like the play, right? Just get long and hold it. Let's take a look at my chart. I'll do a quick overview. I'm zoomed out here on the 5 minute. My levels: overnight high, overnight low. That's the area that price trades from this session changeover. I have prior day high, prior day low coming off the daily candle from yesterday. 15-minute opening range high and low, the area that price trades from 9:30 to 9:45 a.m. I've got a session VWAP on here. The newest thing on my chart this week, it's not that new, it's an anchored VWAP. It's just from NYSE session. So prior days NYSE session VWAP. That's been interesting. Just kind of a slower moving, obviously a whole lot more data being factored into it. You'll see me throw anchored VWAPs off, highs and lows throughout the session. Don't have anything on right now. When we get ready, I'll probably throw it on the bottom, low of session anchored VWAP, and we'll go from there. But obviously, we know what happened yesterday, right? Cracked up on the news at 8:30, and then really just continued this ride to the upside. In further reviewing my trades from yesterday, which I like to do, could have held that runner. I posted that on Twitter and Instagram. I wish I held that runner. Had a green day, but not nearly what it could have been. I think that's the same for a lot of guys. Just choppy, drifting overnight session, right? We kind of pushed up above prior day high, after the open, and then right around that London time frame, we sold back off, put the low in. Somewhat of an interesting session. We opened up. Let me zoom back out. Sorry, TopstepX gets a little bit funky with the VWAPs. Cool. Back here on the 1 minute chart, we opened up pretty bullish, pushed right up, set a nice tight 15-minute opening range. I was just a little bit too slow to get long right down here. I'll go back and throw what was on my chart so we can review together. That bad boy right there. And then I think I had this on later in the day. Session VWAP, New York VWAP, yesterday's anchored VWAP, high of day anchored VWAP. We can get rid of this one for now. So let's go ahead and throw the object tree on. If you guys are not in the free Discord, feel free to hop in the free Discord. I posted all this stuff and more. You guys get all of my trades and information after the fact. You guys get my charts in the morning, my markup, telling you what I'm looking at and why, my levels, all that fun stuff. Talk about news. I say, hey guys, 8:30 a.m., we got news going on. So here was my pretty tough morning session. Albeit nobody's fault but my own. No excuses. Play like a champion. But here's what we had going on. This is what I would say my first missed trade was. It just felt a little bit choppy. We didn't really pull back after cracking to the upside. I love to see a break or a test of 15-minute opening range low if I'm going to look to get early, really quick within the first 15 minutes. Is this 15 minutes? Yeah, first 17, 18 minutes of the day. This candle pushing up or this candle right here could have been the play just towards opening range high and session VWAP. Waited on that one. Had direction right, just managed it way too tightly. I had my initial stop right below here, ended up cutting the trade right here. Obviously moved in my direction, moved to initial target, which would have just been a push up, a continuation above this high. I tell you that in here, just ran it too tight. Stop loss should have been back down below here. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, or maybe even all the way out here. Pretty wide for that one, but that's just me getting comfortable in the XFA. You could call it trading scared. You could call it just managing too tightly, not letting the trade, giving the trade room to breathe. On another day that plays out and I'm okay, but not today. This was me looking to take this as a breakout, right? We come up here, we pull back, push all the way back up. Looks like we're going to break. We get hesitation. We need to just dip back down below, take everybody out that was getting long up here again before continuing. I think the improvement on this one for me can definitely be, and this one here, widening up on the XFA. I'm trying to be fairly risk averse, but you got to make a conscious decision. Am I okay taking the full stop out of my initial risk, which is $200 to $250 risk per trade? I'm trying to keep it too tight, which is okay, right? You want to preserve capital, but you're not giving the thing room to breathe. You're going to end up, it's going to be death by 1,000 cuts. So I noticed it in my trades earlier this week. I'll go ahead and make that small adjustment. Pretty simple. Again, I think just a little bit wider stop. I don't like this trade as much at second glance. Really the same play, just long. And again, I had it right. This wouldn't have been a full win. I would have been targeting a break. I would have taken something off right here. That would have been my partial and then stop loss to break even. Don't really want to cry over this one or any of them for that matter. But just too tight. That's the deal. Not wanting to let it move against me very far at all, and just not giving it room to breathe. Reason I don't like this one as much, I don't have a clear invalidation level. This would have been it, and that's really far down. On this trade, below these lows would have been, a good stop loss placement for me. This one, I really would have had to widen up all the way back down into this zone, and that wouldn't have provided a great risk to reward. I took this thing as the break to the upside with a tight stop loss just below these lows here, and again, I wrote not a clear. I was going to put not a clear invalidation point. So maybe I'll go back and adjust that. Let's get rid of these so we can move on to, so that was my trading in the XFA, $260, something like that. Red, right back down to break even. I think it's, negative like $4 or something, or $6, whatever the number is. This was my combine. I have a combine I've got multiple combines. As you can see, I got one sitting here fresh, that I got to trade, right? So let's talk about the trade first and then the risk management. Coming back down into this zone, was looking at this still long, right? The more we started to sell off and then break back below this low, break back below session VWAP, break back below anchored, NYSE anchored VWAP, or I think I probably even had it over here, low of day VWAP, I'm starting to look short. And I'm looking for a quick short back down towards 15-minute opening range low. This one, direction okay, all good. What was my big mistake here? Stepping away from my charts. That was the God's honest mistake. Starting to just not pay attention and not manage. By the time I was watching this push down, I think I actually walked back in as it was down here somewhere. I went, ooh, nice. I'll get ready to take profit down here and then just let it run all the way back up. This is going to be not stepping away from my charts. I know not to do this, and I have not done it in the past. If you've been following for a while, you'll have seen some really nice trades that I cut because I said I'm done. I got to drive, someone, make a run or just focus on content or, have meetings, and I cut them and just didn't do it today. I saw a really good opportunity, and had I been managing this and watching the whole thing play out with more focus, I likely would have just been stopped at break even, if not taking a partial profit down here. So this is near a DLL for the combine. What really happened here was got in heavy, pretty aggressively heavy. Again, combine rebuilding in 3 days. One trade idea for this whole thing, short towards 15-minute opening range low. Didn't touch it. No profit taken. Lightened up position Yeah, maybe it wasn't here that I lightened up a position. But, I realized losses, right? And then I scaled back in again heavy, and you can see how that worked out. So, scaling in and out, I like the management of it, just not this piece right here. This is, way too far towards an initial target to let it come all the way here, 3 ticks away, and then all the way back to break even, in my humble opinion. So that's what we had here. Overall, wasn't going to be a selling off day. So this would have been, at least a partial profit. But in profit on the combine, albeit approaching that max loss limit with that DLL. But sizing up, I talked about that in the Discord, talked about that on Instagram and Twitter. I try to keep you guys updated. If I am going to be really aggressive with combines, like I would like to be in this one, if I start to take a trade, 500 plus risk per trade. I'm not even giving myself 4 trades before the account is blown. That's the risk I am willing to accept based on where I'm at right now with multiple XFAs and moving into trading them. And just in general, I'll continue to trade them this way. That's really my game plan. Whatever ones I do keep or let rebill, or if I reset stuff, I will trade them really aggressively. Failing more on the way to passing 1. But, be realistic with your goals, be realistic with your risk management, accept that stuff. So, you don't hit a DLL and, want to just go on tilt or do something crazy. So, red morning overall. Again, pretty back and forth week. I think the numbers somewhere around $400 or $500 loss on the combine overall. So pretty just back and forth considering the risk per trade I'm putting on. And then the XFA that I started Tuesday, really just break even. So that's my morning review with you guys. Now where we're at for the session. Let's move this one to, that's low of session. It's really overlapping with the session VWAP, so I'm not going to run one there. I will run one off this high. Pushed up, right? We did need to trail all the way back down into the 15-minute opening range, not break the low, not come back and challenge these lows, not come back and challenge the overnight low. Pushed up from there, and it's been slow grind to the upside. Really up until right about now, right? Got outside of prior day high, all the way up to overnight high. You can see how these levels are often respected. These are on my charts every morning, guys. Hop in the free Discord. I'd be happy to send this chart to you. You will get it every single morning. No magic here, but there's a reason I picked these levels, right? There's a reason that I use the tools on my chart. If you look day after day after day, they are respected. Not every day. Often doesn't mean always. But take a look at that bad boy right there. Take a look at overnight high right here. Take a look at New York session VWAP from prior day. Interesting, right? Again, you'll find that with other tools. Maybe it's Fibonacci. I was just talking to a gentleman who likes Fibonacci. That's cool, man. No problem. Do your thing. I would say don't use everything all at the same time. You'll have way too much crap on your chart. It'll be conflicting information. You won't be able to make a decision. If it's trend lines, if it's anchored VWAPs, maybe a couple of them, horizontal levels, like I like to say, you go for that. So, we really pushed all the way up. Let me jump out to the 15. Just cracked and now are rejecting this overnight high. You can see where I have this discretionary level coming off of this area. This is a line in the sand, right? Let's go way out so we can focus on this for a second. If I zoom way out on the 1 hour, here are all-time highs all the way back in July. It's the middle of July, middle of the month. We know what we've been doing, selling off, right? We don't have to go through all of that. This is the next level that I believe I and probably most traders, including yourself, are watching. This is an important high that was the start of a very impulsive and violent move to the downside. We broke above this area that looked like support that might flip resistance pretty easily. Here we are at these highs. This is interesting. So I don't know that we're going to get it today. We are 2 hours away from session close. I don't think that we will. Scroll back out so my VWAPs fix themselves up. Cracked opening overnight high. Broke, kind of retested it. Looks like we're finding some support here and we're selling back off. Nothing screaming at me on Bookmap. This is my favorite order flow tool, the crazy color tool that everybody likes to yell at each other about on social media. I think there's still a insane level. Yeah, there's still a pretty big ass level down here. Nothing screaming at me above or below price, right? We had some stuff like this earlier on in the day, and even as we came into the afternoon session. But nothing major right now above or below price that I'd be, staring at or using for a real trading decision. We'll see if stuff pops up. I run this on the side of my chart. Again, this is an order flow tool. This is your depth of market right here, your order book. You can see resting orders, liquidity live in the market right here and right here. Everything else is historical, displays it in a heat map. You get price itself, best bid and ask in a line chart, along with volume bubbles, traditional volume, other volume profiles, and cumulative volume delta. But this is pretty sweet for me. I'm a horizontal level guy, area of interest guy. The top step guys that ask me, they're like, horizontal level. It's just a way of saying area of interest, so I don't get yelled at saying support and resistance or supply and demand or order block. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on that, see if anything pops up. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of shorting this. Like I was saying yesterday, where I didn't take the trade. You can see the rotation back into the range. That's totally on the table. That's often what we see towards the afternoon after the big push up. This is definitely some consolidation and a pullback down below all these lows. So I'd like to see where we go from here. We come all the way back up, break above this VWAP, maybe a long is in store, but honestly, I was going to just get ready to buy and build the nice habit of buying the break and retest way above all your levels. Don't let the extension scare you and capture some profit. But this is not great. I don't love this. I don't love the rejection at overnight high. And once we got into this area, again, the top of this discretionary level being the highs looking left. I don't know that I love this, whatever the hell this is. So I don't know that I'm going to get a trade, guys. We'll hang out for a little bit. We'll watch it. We'll answer some trading questions. If you have those, please ask them in the chat. And we'll see what ES has in store for us here. If you guys got questions, feel free. Ask them in the chat. Let me throw this back on the screen so I don't have to say it 1,000 times. Oh, where is it? I move it out of the way so I don't see it every day. What in the world? I got to stop doing that. My little join the Discord markup. Damn, I really hit it. Well, oh well. Join the free Discord. Now you guys will just have to hear me say it because I don't feel like making another one. Join the free Discord. It's not a VIP feeder program. I answer questions. You could hop in there and have questions answered directly from me today, usually a voice message because I'm lazy and I don't like to type, and I like to provide personalized answers to stuff. Got almost 1,000 members in Discord. Literally up in a few months from, I think, 8 or a dozen to 1,000. It's awesome. I'm psyched. 990. Maybe 10 of you can join and we can hit 1,000 on the stream. That would be pretty sweet. What else do we got? Got a couple things to talk about. Awesome announcement. I announced it in Discord again today. I'll be on Top Step TV again next week. Tuesday for Power Hour. I'm super psyched. And then the following Monday again for Power Hour as well. 3 p.m. Eastern. I'll be trading live with those guys again on Top Step TV. It was super fun to do already for power players. I'm grateful that I got the call back. It's awesome. Super psyched about that. I've got the trading battle coming up. 2 traders going head-to-head live for charity. That'll be on YouTube. I'll give you guys links and update you on that as well. And I'm planning to be on Austin Silver's morning live stream on his channel, his platform, coming up next Friday. So got some really, really cool stuff. And then, of course, I'm live here trading, free on YouTube all the time. Again, with Discord, that community growing and just getting bigger and better every day. So follow along, man. Happy to have you guys here. Grateful for all of you. It is awesome to have this community to trade live with, to talk to help, to interact with. It's absolutely awesome. Got a ton of guys. Welcome all new members. If you're here from the Discord, it's awesome, man. A lot of growth. So I'm really enjoying it. But yeah, outside of that, again, just kind of watching this price. It looks like we got some guys getting short. Just looking at the tilt. But are we going to push all the way back up above high of day VWAP? Cheap short from up here if you really want to sell it back down into the range. You know, something along these lines. Could run it pretty wide, allow a wick to come up here and then continue. I really don't get short on days like this. Not without a whole bunch of structure, like as we were coming in here before a day like this. You know, I'm usually left waiting and not taking the short because I'm waiting for something like this to continue and be looking for something down here or something down here. Right now, you know, you got a clean long as well. You know, if you want to take a long setup, you know, there's your pullback, break it back above high of day VWAP. Maybe you say, hey, I'm going to wait till we break this high again, get long, stop loss below this level. We need to break and come all the way back down. But, you know, I could make a case for it either way, and that's why I'm not getting in yet. Would like to see what happens on this one. We continue back down lower. Maybe we look at it short. You know, we kind of just look at this trend dying out and it's time to get short. Just take a nice market structure price action trade off of this one. But we'll wait and see. Cameron, let's go. Someone got in short at 55.83. How did that play for you? Pretty good. Looks like it just came back near your entry, but still playing nice with you. So that's cool. Again, bookmap over on the side. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy above. Yeah, I could see this short, guys. Looking at bookmap, we've kind of tapped liquidity a couple times, and it's definitely not fueling it to the upside. Nothing really scaring me above price. If it wanted to go and drift higher, it certainly could. If it wanted to go and challenge these highs again, where this zone is coming off of, you know, that would be a big, not a big move, but that would be a pretty serious move to the upside. This is looking kind of weak at this point. Going to give it a little bit more. Maybe I take the short back into the range. We'll just have to wait and see. We'll turn this red day into a really red day. No. That's not the goal. But again, guys, thank you for being on here. I appreciate you all. Whoa. Hit like, hit subscribe, do something. You don't have to. Free means free. This is free live trading, but it helps me out. I can't figure out social media for the life of me. It's a real nightmare. Don says, I've heard you say you're a discretionary trader. What does that mean? Discretionary means I am applying my opinion to my trading. I'm applying my subjective interpretation of what I'm seeing on the chart to my trading decisions. I do not have a objective, 100% black and white rules-based strategy that's written in stone that would say I need to wait for a 3-bar reversal or an engulfing candle after one touch of the VWAP and I go stop loss 2 ticks above the high. I don't do any of that. I, like most traders that you will see here live, doing well on TopStep TV, are applying their intuition, their discretion. They say, I'm using these tools. I have my setups. I take very similar setups every day. That's how I apply consistency to the markets. But when it's time to hit the enter button and buy and sell, or it's time to place a stop loss, exactly where that goes every day, even though there's some consistency and some guardrails, It's going to be up to me. I'm going to make that decision. That's how I feel a lot of edge is built in the markets. I think it's very important, especially for newer traders, to have a serious trading plan and a strategy that you can backtest and quantify some data for and actually make a case for putting money on the line in the markets. And even more importantly than just the strategy itself, a clear-cut risk management plan. How much are you risking per trade? How many trades per day? How many losses per day? What is your personal daily loss limit? All of these things have to be very clear-cut and answered and followed if you're going to stand a chance. But I think it's important to not rely 100% on indicators or some special tool, whether it's order flow or, whatever, any one single thing, and focus on price action, market structure, whatever tools you're going to use, and learn to read those and use your experience in the markets. That's what I mean by discretionary trading. I think there's different levels to that. And somebody on here a week or two ago was making a case about what is discretionary and what is not discretionary. And, discretionary traders don't make it. And then he was mentioning what I would consider a very discretionary trader. So there's levels to that, but it's using your discretion, your experience, your intuition, your discernment of the tools, whatever you're using to place a trade, whether it's fundamentals or technical analysis, to make that trading decision and manage your trade within reason, right? Otherwise, you're just, if you're coming to the market completely inconsistent, you're doing something different every day, you're not waiting for any real setup, you don't have a playbook or one individual setup that you're waiting for, you're just rolling the dice. And it works sometimes and it doesn't work other times, but you're adding an insanely random variable in there. I will say discretionary trading, definitely harder on the mindset, harder on psychology, harder to quantify, and all the more reason for journaling and journaling hard, creating a real feedback loop of what you're doing and why in the markets and what's working and what's not working. Zach, how long are you at the screens? 8x5. What is? I don't know. Not exactly sure what 8x5 means. But what's up, man? What's going on? In the morning. How long am I at the screens for the day? Like all day. Now that I make content and I have meetings, I'm at the screens all day. Double-digit hours for sure. How long am I trading? I don't need a lot of time in pre-market. I don't find having a lot of time in pre-market helps me. I find I'm more inclined to create a messed up bias or want to take a pre-market trade that I shouldn't be taking. So I don't give myself a whole lot of time in the morning. I'm usually sending out pre-market analysis, somewhere around that 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. Eastern time frame. I trade my main session focused for about 2.5 hours in the morning, 9:30 a.m. for the open, all the way till about that 11:30, 12 mark, 2.5 hours. And then come back for this afternoon session here with you guys. Maybe it's power hour. Maybe it's a little bit earlier in the afternoon like it is today. I've actually been liking earlier in the afternoon, but they're going to get me on Top Step for power hour, so I'm going to have to perform. But yeah, on the 1 minute time frame, I don't think you need all day. I don't think most people can handle being at the screen all day. But if you're asking personally, with speaking to people about one-on-one programs, coaching guys, one-on-one, being here with you guys live, doing the Discord deal, running the community, all day, all damn day. Which is cool. I really enjoy it. It's awesome. I'm not complaining when I say that. This looks weak, right? Like I'm tempted to go short on this, back down towards prior day high and then into the range. I wouldn't want to go stop loss here. I'd want to go stop loss way above to be completely wrong if it's not going to continue. I'm tempted to take this breakout. Like I said, on a day like today, I usually don't like to just get short randomly. We got to get some serious structure shifting to the downside. Didn't play too nice for me over here. Here was your pullback and continuation. after a consolidation. Why are we pulling all the way back and breaking down again if we're not going to continue lower? So I like this short over long. I don't really like this risk structure. You know, here's the level that I'd like to say I want to take some off, right? Really respected well early on, and that's not a whole lot. It's not a whole lot of room. You know, I'm taking half the position off, less than halfway to 1R. You know, all the way down to VWAP is 1R. You know, I don't like this with a stop loss right here or right here. Could go right here with it, but I could easily see that be taken out. Certainly looking weak. Let's go ahead and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try a short from down here, guys. This is really light. I got to go above this high. I if I'm gonna be wrong, I want to be wrong for sure. You know, and that's the only spot that I'm gonna be wrong for sure. I'd let this come all the way back up, challenge this high, maybe cut it somewhere over here if we were gonna blast back up. But that's what I'm looking at here. I'm gonna make this a we could look at like one mini, just scaling in. Again, I'm kind of doing this lazily. Again, guys, I said I wasn't going to do this, but with micros, it allows me the flexibility to be kind of lazy. I can just start to scale in when it makes sense. It's not really scaling in and out of position in the sense. I'm just starting small and then hitting the sell button, you know, 3 or 4 times with one micro until the dollar amount is correct for my risk per trade that I'm comfortable with. But this is short 10 micros on a combine, a fresh but not a whole lot of time left in it combine. So I got to get some trading in. I'm gonna say first target be somewhere down here, looking towards this prior day high to come and be tested. Again, following structure to the downside. Yes, we had this nice bullish push up for the better part of the day, but here we are coming into the after 2 p.m. time frame. High drifted sideways for another 46 minutes. Break below that with some force. Pull back up to high of day anchored VWAP. That was its chance to go higher right there. If it wasn't going to go higher over here, what did we do? We broke that a second time. So now we do have that structure that I like to wait for. Simple, break and retest, waiting for price action and market structure. It works enough time to be dangerous. Is it going to work for today? Don't know. Put the trade on, accept the risk that you're putting on, be fine with it hitting your stop loss, and you can trade from, you know, somewhat of a fearless mindset and just do what you're supposed to do. Again, right now, I'm just looking at if it continues in the direction, if it doesn't go right to my stop loss, what I want to do. I'd be looking at, again, partial targets down here, which kind of sucks. I don't love the risk structure of this. I would much more like it to make it all the way down towards VWAP. But I'm just going to wait for some data to print here and give me a case to do something. That's the play. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask. So let's see what else we got, man. Oh, 8 hours, 5 days. Yeah. For trading, no, you know, not 8 hours. For working, yeah, more like 12 times like 7. maybe not 7, but work wise, I put significantly more than 40 hours a weekend. I am on the screens, whether it be my phone, my laptop, here at my trading desk, a lot longer than 40 hours a week working, for sure. But again, I enjoy what I do, so it's awesome. Grabbed a cool 60 points on NQ. Oh, nice, man, very nice. There we go. Got a little bit of a continuation down. We're pushing. Let's see what we could do. Again, I'm not going to really touch stop loss yet. You can call it a poor structuring of risk. I'm going to take this trade right now as wide stop loss. Not really super small size. 10 micros, 1 mini, so it's not that big. Seeing if we can get a push down to prior day high. If and when we do, maybe I decide to take some off there. Maybe not. Just kind of wait and see. I know you have a mentorship service. How important is a good mentor for a newer investor? You're asking the biased guy who's selling the course. It's not a course. I'm not selling a course, but a coaching program, right? Who charges for a coaching program. So you can grain of salt this, but I would say extremely important. I look at trading just like any other skill set. And I think it's even closer to, again, this is just, my own opinion, a athletic type of a pursuit where the fundamental skills are not terribly difficult to learn. Technical analysis, in my humble opinion, you can get pretty dangerous at it pretty damn quick. It's not that difficult. Why is it so hard to trade when there's money on the line? Because everybody's a hero in demo, mindset, psychology, everything and that you should be doing goes out the window, and you got to put some serious processes in place, really understand the game that you're playing, and then have people to hold you accountable, like a coach or a mentor. So, my biased opinion is it's extremely important. It's what helped me a lot. It's what I see help other guys very, 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 very well. So yeah, I think it's super important. I think it's the most important thing that you could do. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. I think you can get a bunch of books that would help you very, very well. I think you can watch videos. I put a ton out for free. I'm here trading live. I have my community, all that fun stuff for free. I think you can get a lot of that. I don't think what you can get certainly for free or in really high quality even is a coach to work with you for 12 plus hours a week, one-on-one and in a small group setting, live in the markets on implementation. And that's what I do over the course of a month with my one-on-one students. If you are interested in talking about that, because that's what we do. We talk face-to-face like this on Zoom for 30 minutes. It's free to talk to me about. You can find out more about it in Discord. You can go to my site, realdealfutures.com. You can book a call through Discord. You can book a call through my site. No worries. If not, if you're dead broke, if you're a complete beginner, or you just say, I don't know you, Zach. I don't know you from a hole in the wall. I don't care about your program. No problem. You can follow along for free here. You want to get serious about your trading. You are advanced. You're a beginner. You want to discuss the program with me. Find out if it makes sense. I don't work with everybody. I only work with a very small amount of people, and I'd be happy to talk to you about it. Decide if it makes sense alongside with you, because there are plenty of people that I say no to. I don't think I can genuinely help everybody, and I don't want to take money from people that I don't think I can help. So just swing through to say hi. Thank you, bro. Have a great weekend. Have a great weekend. KBL1 settlement and VWAP lower, 200 SMA, VIX ticking up. I don't know what any of that means, man. Is this like 1 hour initial balance that we're looking at here? The 1030. Here would be your initial balance. I'm assuming you're talking about price being above VWAP. I totally understand that. The current trade. I got you. 200 SMA, I'm guessing is pretty far below. I understand all that. Appreciate you. The ES trade. Yeah. So you're making the case for a long or a short. What are we making the case for? But if you guys have more questions while we're waiting for this one to play out, feel free, ask away in the chat. Would have liked to see this continue, right? On this momentum to the downside. I'm short. Got you, man. Nice. Again, nothing's screaming at me on Bookmap. I like to pay attention to that. If we started to see, orders, people piling in on one side or the other, that could be some reason for concern. First line in the sand is going to be high of day, anchored VWAP. Next line in the sand would be this high right here. Past that would be overnight high again, and this high here. We come all the way back up to this area. It's really looking poor for this trade, but I'm running this one really wide to stop, or to start. If we push down, I might consider adding and then controlling risk. I really do like to do that if the trade's showing me that it's working out. I like to jump in even heavier, and I will do that in profit, but not like this, not while it's moving against me. So we'll see. We got to take an L, and again, end up Friday redder than we started the afternoon session. That's cool, man. We'll do this. I don't mind this trade. I like the rotation back into the zone. Here was your slow grind to the upside, right? This should have just continued doing its thing. Even if we were going to jerk around here for a little bit, cool, pull right back up. We failed to do that, right? So just looking at market structure and price action, my discernment of it, broke lower, pull back up, break lower, pull back up. Let's see, do we continue? Does this downtrend fail and, the prevailing uptrend is just going to continue? That will take us out. If not, I think a pretty violent move back down into the zone, back down towards session VWAP, maybe 15-minute opening range high. Prior day session VWAP that was tested multiple times could easily be in store. Just closing the week out. But we will have to wait and see. This looks like it could go either way, up or down, sideways, till 4. Yeah. Again, it could be choppy. Overall day wasn't terribly trendy, especially for this move in the morning. That was not super fun. And then just the continuation back up. But I'm looking at this as a rotation back down into the zone. At very least, I'd like to see a prior day high tested. Would give me a chance to take a little bit of profit, maybe manage the trade. We continue this move back down. I think I'm going to add and bring a stop loss down. Start it really wide where if we needed to come back up here, give me a chance to manage, decide what I want to do. We come lower again. Might look to add, get a stop loss to a reasonable place, cut the risk from a tick and point perspective in half. Keep the dollar amount similar, but we'll see. We're not there yet. This may just continue blasting up. But we're in a trade. Welcome in if you're new, if you hopped in late. Again, my name is Zach. This is Real Deal Futures. We're hanging out on a Friday afternoon, seeing if we can't make some money in the markets. If you guys got questions, feel free. Ask away in the chat. Trading questions. Random questions. You got to go to another live stream for that. See what the boys were doing in Discord. Yeah, we got some peeps on. Cool. Nice. Yeah, Bookmap over in the corner as well. Yeah, nothing crazy on Bookmap. Let's go Bookmap again. Nothing crazy. Woo. Nothing crazy. Oh, that's really zoomed in. I like to run this thing pretty zoomed out. I'm looking for fairly prominent levels. Stuff that's really sticking out on the order book above or below price. Yeah, but this is pretty slow. This is pretty slow. Let's see, can we get some continuation out of it? Can we come down here and break lows again? Or are we going to find support right down to this level that we were testing and just bounce back up to the highs? Not going to move this yet. 618.75. Just want to get a feel for how much I can add. Yeah, I could almost double up and go. Not really. I'd be increasing risk if I doubled my position at my entry and then move stop loss over here. Down below this level is pretty aggressive. I'm choking up on it pretty damn hard. I don't know that if we broke the low, I would want to let it come all the way back up here or even here. So yeah, I think I might try it. Let's wait to see. I don't know that I want to let it break this low before I add. That would be some nice confirmation, but I'm not going to go for it just yet. Not just yet. Let's see what you guys think. 55.71. 55.71.75. Yes, that's right here. Prior day high. I've got it as 55.71.50 on MES. Yesterday's high. Let me throw this up on the chart. We'll have some fun here. Let me know what you guys think. There, we got a poll. You guys can let me know what you guys think. Long or short towards the end of the day. And if you're on here hanging out, feel free. Hit the like button, man. Hit subscribe. Or just hit the like button. That's cool. It'll help me out. Get the engagement up. I think they say that's what's important on social media. I don't really know. I'm a better trader and coach than I am a content creator. That's how I feel. Kind of choppy, kind of still feeling a little bit weak. Would have liked to see this continue down, right? If we're going to keep clean downtrend structure. Oh, get rid of that. If we're going to keep this nice clean downtrend structure, starting from the top. Here's the low. Here's the high. Here's the low. High. Lower low. Lower high. We need to come down and break this bad boy like that. Get below this low. Continue. Come down here. Pull back up. Go backwards in time. Come backwards, forwards in time. And then just start selling off. And then go backwards again. And then forward. No, we want to see this thing come down and break this low. Sorry, guys. Late Friday afternoon. I'm getting delirious. No, we need to see this thing come down and break this low. Don't want to see it come up here again. Can it? Yes. Maybe we just need to pick up everybody's stop that was getting short. That started to get short over here. It could just be choppy. You know, I could be putting the trade on here and get caught up in this chop. But we'll let this thing ride for a little bit and see if we can't get a wiener out of it. Again, I got combines to trade, man. I trade the XFAs now in the morning. That's my game plan. I stop myself pretty quick. Maybe I don't like the conditions. I go for a combine, but I've got to get some combine trading in. So if I see a setup like this, potential rotation back into the trading range of overnight session of yesterday, some levels below as targets, I like it. I'm going to go for it. Let's see. Used to be Friday sell day. Yeah. Robert. Yes, sir. Got trailed out of my last short. Jumped in again. 55.76. Got you, man. Got you. Nice. Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to the end of the day on here, but that might be the volatility that we need. See what NASDAQ is doing. Not that I really pay too much attention. Similar structure. Kind of broke and pushing up now. That's not great. Let's see what Dow is doing. Is it in its own world? No, not really today. Kind of similar. What do you got for me today, ES? Is it going to be all ugly trades? Just stop outs by 2 ticks and then a move in my direction? It might be. If you guys didn't catch the beginning of this video, I break down my trades for the day, and they were fairly frustrating. Pretty much all could have been managed much better, and I take full responsibility for all my trades and their outcomes. First two, definitely tough with just managing it a little bit too tight on the stop loss size. Right below candle wicks, not really giving it enough room to breathe. Another one that I put on when I knew I was going to be moving on to some other work, and did not give it the focus and attention I needed to manage it quickly. It moved into profit and then all the way back down to turn into a loss. Tried to manage it to the best of my abilities afterwards. Scale out in drawdown when it made sense. Scale back in and it moved in direction. Sometimes it does not play nice. There's an upside and downside to doing all of that. I add to this trade, let's say, for example, right down here as we're coming back in, I go stop loss right here. I'm out, now for the full $600 or something like that, $500. Every day it's not going to work fantastic. You got to decide what works best for you and then apply it with some consistency. Let the odds play out in your favor. $50-50 on the chat, on the poll. Not a whole lot of you guys voted, but looks like 50-50. Yep, 57-43 long. All right, I see you guys. I see you. If you got questions, feel free, ask them in the chat. I've talked about a lot this week, and as of recent, I'm going to try not to tell too many of the same stories, repeat myself too much, but if you guys got questions about my trading, about ES here, my approach, what's going on my chart, feel free, ask away. Bookmap. Yeah, Bookmap's still chilling. Not a whole lot. Might be just this slow Friday grind. Yeah, really nothing crazy on Bookmap. Not really helping me out. All the way down below 5250 is that stack of orders that's been on the book for really all week, I believe. Do you ever get mistaken for Austin Silver? We look very similar. And while I don't get mistaken for him ever, I had a lot of guys say that we look similar, especially when I was on Top Step TV. I did the podcast with him. Dobie had said from Top Step that he was like tripping out because I had like 2 or 3 of the podcast clips pinned. I still do, to the top of my Instagram, and it's my and his face, so we look really, really similar there. But yeah, I get that similarity. Great dude. Shout out Austin Silver. He's helped me out a whole bunch. I'm gonna repeat that all the time, man. Solid dude. Made introductions for me at Top Step. Got me on his show. Introductions to the trading battle. Awesome dude. If you like what I do, you like my hair and beard, you'll probably like his hair and beard, and you'll like what he does. Straight shooter, the real deal. Really similar in that way, and the dude can trade for sure. Very transparent, very simple and straightforward way that he trades. Does a great job, I think, of articulating the way that he trades, which is awesome, and just an awesome platform. The day trading show that he has, ASFX, if you want to go check that out. Again, I'm on there for an hour. Great conversation. I talk about, my everything that goes into my trading, things that I think help for my personal life. Tell a lot of stories on there. We talk technicals, talk about our styles of trading, and a bunch of different other things. A lot of psychology in that one. Awesome platform, though, where he gets to, bring these guys on and, whether it's someone like me, really, really big time traders, the president, MP of Top Step, everybody in between, Forex guys, futures guys. It's awesome. Really, really awesome. I would check out his platform and his team. He's got a whole solid team that trades with him. Might have to wait until power hour for any moves. Amy, what is going on? Yeah, I could see that. Again, I'm in this one now. I could see this just being really slow and choppy for the next hour. While I'm here talking with you guys, I'm debating how long I want to sit in this and just let it do whatever it's going to do. I don't love this price action. We didn't continue another leg down. We are back up above this high first line in the sand and this low of day anchored VWAP that was tested and respected pretty nicely over here. Kind of chopped above a little bit and then came down low. So I really don't love this right now. I'm going to want to see it turn pretty quickly. But I'm tempted to let it run. Let it run towards per hour for the the direction, the move back into the zone. So I might do that. I'll have to decide. Next week looks light on news. Everyone on holiday. I feel you. Yeah, man. Heard you on his first show. And then on Top Step, followed you, Discord, and now on YouTube. Big fan. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. It's awesome. Welcome in. Happy to have you here. Really appreciate that, man. The community is awesome. I love it. It's fantastic. I saw a whole bunch of guys in the chat hyping me up on Top Step. It's awesome, man. I love having the community. And we get guys in there from all skill levels sharing, the wins, the losses, talking about getting funded and, taking payouts, the blowing of XFAs, the struggles. And I think, one, having, other people in similar situations, maybe to yourself, can help provide a lot of valuable information, right? If you talk about your mistakes and share them, maybe that saves you from making the same mistake. And it's awesome just to have a place to be able to talk about that stuff with like-minded people who maybe kind of understand what's going on. I think trading is very lonely in a sense. You're on your own. You are, maybe you don't have a lot of people, friends around, family that understand what it is you're doing or trying to do. And that can be tough to explain or, maybe fall on deaf ears. So I like having my community. I moderate it the way I see fit. I try to have fun in there, but also keep it focused. I ask everybody to share the real stuff if you're going to share a bunch of trading ideas or green P&Ls. We want to know the why behind it, all that good stuff. But it's awesome, man. It's great. Again, almost 1,000 members, 900 and like, what did I say, 990? Let's see. 991. One person joined. 9 more to 1,000, guys. Yeah, let me go back and actually see. Let me see when I had a dozen or so people in here. See how quick we did it. Yeah, it looks like I started it about 3. I got guys from 6 and 5 months ago. That was kind of the start. But this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, like less than 10 to 1,000 in about 3 months. So it's awesome, man. I'm psyched. Really, really psyched to put a lot of time and effort and, money. My time is money when I'm not spending it out doing something else or trading or another business venture, and and putting it into a community. It's money, so I put my time and money behind it, man, and it's great. Thankful to have all you guys here. Yeah, I'm gonna let this one go for now, guys. Again, I choked up on my trades today all day. If I do nothing else with this losing trade, I'm going to reinforce the habit of not choking out your trades. This could be just a nice, solid break of consolidation, pull back up, break again, a need to come up here, retest it, maybe push a little bit higher, and then continue. I could still see that. Again, first kind of lines in the sand that we really don't want to see broken are being challenged. This would be next up. This overnight high, and then this area, and then finally this area. I'm going to let this one run for a bit. That's my game plan. Look at a little bit of a higher time frame, get a little bit more perspective. 5 minute. Yeah, this doesn't look great. Doesn't look great. Pull back down, and then this back and forth candle. This would have been a nice reversal to the downside and a continuation. Not an engulfing. Kind of just choppy movement. Now looking like we want to push. Again, not enough for me to want to cut it, but not the best, right? Not a dump straight to the take profit. Measuring out a little bit, just taking a look at where we would be dollar-wise on the way down. Yeah, man. So if you guys got questions, feel free. Ask away while we're hanging out on this slow-ass Friday afternoon. I'm probably going to hang with you guys for, another 10, 15. Watch this trade. I may call an audible. I don't know that I've done this in the last 100 live sessions, but I may leave one running as I get off. I agree with what Amy said. We may not see volatility come in until this 310, 350 time frame. And I still like this direction. Again, I think this is so much hesitation, and pull to the downside. If we were going to continue this move higher, and even if I was going to be wrong on this one already, my discernment of price action is, buyers step in and take this thing higher. We drifted higher all day. Not a whole lot of resistance found at any of these zones. This was a pretty big line in the sand, all the way up into this big wide discretionary level that I have marked here. And now the drift lower. So, I could see the move back down into the zone, kind of erasing some of these gains of the day. Back down towards prior day high, back down in, get a daily candle close below that high. I could easily see that happening. So I'm tempted to hold on to this one. Again, I choked up on my trades enough today. I would rather just be really wrong. Size it smaller wider stop and give yourself room to manage, add in, cut the trade short, whatever you want to do. But I'm tempted to run this thing back down towards first prior day high, and then VWAP. I think we can see that volatility that would come in and push it lower pretty aggressively. Again, maybe. Same thing. We could see volatility come in and take it higher. We could see end of the week buying. Market got above those levels. Buyers back in store. We're ready to run higher. Long America could easily get that as well. But I have enough of a reason to put risk on in the market short. So that's where I'm at. Yeah, nothing with Bookmap, man. Really nothing helping me. Nothing helping me. Let's see. Respected that high of day anchored VWAP. Again, if you guys want to know what these tools are, this is a projection drawing tool in the projection tab on TopstepX or TradingView. Anchored VWAP. You want to learn from the godfather of anchored VWAP. Brian Shannon is your man. Somebody posted that on Instagram, tagged me today. None of this stuff is, I didn't make up any of this stuff, right? Majority of it, 90%. I think traders a lot of times, guys that you see on social media or live trading here on YouTube or anywhere else, they like to claim that like they came up with the 15-minute opening range breakout strategy type of a deal. You didn't, you found it from somebody else. And just like if you were going to school or college or learning something, some profession, you're going to learn, from other people out there, find what you like, and then kind of make it your own. So it's fine to do that. Again, anchored VWAP, Brian Shannon, Alpha Trends. He does a fantastic, really, really detailed type of approach. He has a whole book. He's got videos. The way that I like to use anchored VWAPs, most recently, it's anchoring one from yesterday's session, yesterday's 9:30 a.m. open. Sometimes I will anchor one to NYSE open just to give me some structure of what's going on in the morning. But mainly, it's off of a high or a low that I'm trading from. The high of session, where I'm at right now, this high of session, or low of session. Similar to the way that you would use a trend line, it can help to determine who's in control, buyers or sellers. You are able to get a little bit of volume involved there, right? Because it's volume weighted average price. Maybe it works similarly for you like a moving average, although it's quite different. Just for some structure. But outside of that, I have a pretty raw chart, and I even like my buy and sell colored candles, my buy and sell, my bull and bear, my up and down, typically red and green colored candles to be almost the same, if not all white. I like to focus on structure over price action, but I do pay attention to price action. So high of day, anchored VWAP. Again, you get interesting times that it respects it. I think it can be, again, another important line in the sand to be paying attention to. We stay below high of day, anchored VWAP, sellers in control. Maybe we're looking short until we get back above. You can utilize it for entries as well. Maybe you throw one off of here. As we start to break it, it can give you a much earlier indication that buyers stepping back in, sellers no longer in control, that trend's over, we're not moving down any longer, and maybe you look for buys to the upside. Again, can get you into trades earlier than waiting for it to come all the way up here and start breaking above these levels. Just help for some structure. Dynamic support and resistance, indication of who's in control, that type of a deal. Nothing to be used standalone, not magical, not going to work every day, and not going to work in the terms of work. Discretionary, like I talked about earlier, based on price action and market structure. The tools I have on my chart really help me just to create a frame of reference of where we're at here on the 1 minute. This is zoomed in. If you have nothing at all on your chart, not even grid lines, it can be pretty difficult to remember where you are in the grand scheme of things throughout the session and even prior days and weeks. So throw some horizontal lines maybe on your chart. Look for some key areas of interest. That's what I like to call them. 6-day uptrend in ES. KBL1 says 400 points. Yeah, man. When you anchor it, when you anchor a VWAP, how do you anchor it to the high or low of a candle or the close? So it actually just automatically magnets to the candle itself. Check it out. No matter where you place it, like let's say I wanted to come off of this low, you could like throw it up here, but it's to the time. You see how it anchored right to that candle? You know, same thing if I went below. It's not like the anchor point is to the top or the bottom. It's anchored to that specific time. So, you know, again, you could anchor it to NYSE session open right here. It's a common way to do it. Off of a high or a low, or, you know, prior session, or people do it off of like all-time highs. You know, I posted this chart in my Discord. Again, I'm not the super high time frame analysis creating a really strong bias of how I want to trade. That's really not how I do things here on the 1-minute chart, but I am aware of these things. I pay attention to, you know, to higher time frame structure, and I think it can be really important to look at stuff like this. Screenshot I posted in Discord on, what is this, Wednesday, the 16th? Or yesterday? 15th, yesterday morning. This was before yesterday's close. If we scroll out to the daily, I don't know that I want to do it on this chart. Yeah, we can. Look at how much higher that pushed up. What I was pointing out here, one, you got your high of all-time high anchored VWAP and a trend line. I'm not a big trend line guy. The only reason I have any of this crap on my chart is to display it to others. We're breaking a pretty damn important level right here. Again, I zoomed out and showed you this earlier on the 1 hour. We're pushing up. This would be the first line in the sand if this downtrend was going to continue. We're going to pull back up, break these lows, waterfall down here, right? Big impulsive move as we cracked through this. Maybe we find some resistance here. We haven't done that. We're all the way up here now. So, you know, maybe some of that stuff helps you. Maybe it helps you early on to use, you know, an anchored VWAP that way to say, hey, buyers in control. This is looking, you know, from a higher time frame perspective, pretty bullish. You can see where we are here. Scroll out, get the anchored VWAPs back in. Yeah, I don't know about this one, guys. This is slow. Caught in the chop. That's what I would call this. Sideways, choppy stuff. Again, wanted to get a trade on with you guys here. Wanted to trade, you know, and wanted to trade this account. This is a fine setup for me. Not really playing out the way that I wanted it to. Break and retest and pull back down, man. Now we're chopping at this level, putting some support in. Can we see a nice breakdown below forcefully towards prior day high? I think we can. I definitely think we can. So I'm going to leave this one on. Here's my game plan, guys. Anchored VWAP settings, standard settings, and standard session settings. So I'm going to leave this one on. I'm going to end it right here. I'm going to leave this thing running. I will manage it. Initial plan, if, you know, without any more data, because I actively manage my trades based on what's happening. We crack down below to prior day high. Depending on if and when that happens, I'm going to be looking to take some of this off, if not all of it, and go stop loss to break even. Again, I'm not going to put myself in a box and guarantee I do anything. That might happen. I might take none off. I might not move stop loss to break even. I might take all of it off. All depends on what happens after we jump off here. We continue higher from here. We keep finding this level of support. Maybe I take it off up here. Maybe I wait till we get up here. Maybe I don't touch it at all. But I'd like to see this continue down lower, break these lows, hit prior day high. I would like to leave the runner on, obviously. I don't want to be having this much risk on to have a, you know, small trade win here. The goal would be down to VWAP, if not back down to opening range, 15-minute opening range or into that opening range. This just pretty gnarly rotation back down in towards the end of the day. That's my game plan for this trade. I'm going to leave it running. I'll update you guys in Discord, but you can take a look now and see how it would play out. We got to get back down below my entry for me to get back into profit. So I appreciate you guys being here. One thing to remember for sure, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Nothing I say or do here or anywhere else is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything. Trading's risky. Most traders lose money. You're probably going to lose money if you start trading. Make sure you read my full disclaimer in the description of this video and at realdealfutures.com. I will talk to you guys later. If you're taking a similar trade, I hope it plays out nicely for you. Control risk, trade safe. I will see you on Monday. I'll see you Tuesday on Top Step TV, Power Hour. I'll be here all next week trading live with you guys. Join the free Discord to get updates. Talk to you guys soon. Have a great weekend.